Next we have Hellfest. Pretty straightforward slasher fare. Nothing to it, nothing to the characters. Just very, very stale. Very stale, very processed. This is something that came out 2 weeks before Halloween. Paper thin stereotypes. Man, I'm getting old. I'm really getting old because none of this movie really spoke to me as far as the teenage characters, the college-aged characters. Man, you kids with your Wi-Fi's and Digitex Instagrams. Maybe I'm too old for modern day slashers, but it was not good. Not good. And then when everything happens at the end, who cares? Like it's like I said about Overboard. It's another thing you just see everything coming. Like, yep, all right. Well, here's this, here's that. It's poorly telegraphed if you're a horror fan. And I've heard I dip my toe in the horror community quite a bit. I've heard that there's way worse in this movie, but this is pretty mainstream, this movie. I don't get too deep in those deep cuts with the horror because reasons like this. If a production company, if a studio is gonna put money behind something like this, I don't wanna know what they don't wanna put money behind. Ugh. I Feel Pretty. Woof. Fucking woof with this movie. Woof, no. Amy Schumer gets a lot of crap lately for alleged theft with her stand-up, but I'll say that she's a funny girl outside of whatever that situation is. You know, go listen to her on the radio whenever she does phoners and stuff. She's funny. If she's stealing stand-up material, that's one thing. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about now. This movie's not good. There's nothing about this. Like if this is a female empowerment movie, then I definitely don't understand women. This is it's Shallow Hal, like with a twist. This woman aspires to be a secretary? Is again with the ultra left-leaning Hollywood, like that's what we're telling women, that they want to be proud of themselves and strive to be a secretary at a trendy fucking what? And it's just not funny. It's like if Shallow Hal's offensive, then like this is what? I fucking hate bad comedy. I hate bad comedy. I'll be opening for Amy Schumer next month in Vegas. Next, on to the other funny girl. Ooh, Melissa McCarthy, stop making movies with that husband of yours. If ever there was a one-trick pony in comedy right now, it's Melissa McCarthy. Fucking hell, does she have to, like, it almost makes, like, I had to seriously think about this. It almost makes me grateful that Chris Farley died when he did, because who knows what kind of shit we'd see Chris Farley in the mid-2000s, because he was like a big pratfall guy. Oh, she's a mom going back to college with, which by the way, there's a woman in that movie that's my age, the Diet Coke girl, if you want to yurt it up.
If you want to live in a yurt it up.
Okay, that sounds really hard, but okay.
If you want to run a marathon, I mean, that sounds super hard, but okay.
That girl's in her, she's closer to 40 than she is 20. College? Not a good movie. Melissa McCarthy just being hokey, typical Melissa McCarthy role in a movie that's just, man, people actually pay for this shit, huh? I'm really hard on comedies, in case you haven't noticed. This is not good. I often wonder what If you're looking for a movie like this, seeking it out, man, what's your life like? Like this is so vanilla, so vanilla, so I'm not gonna say silly because that, you know, that. Oh man, a hokey Melissa McCarthy, straight, like, she's done something else that was her and Happy Time Murders is at least a departure of sorts, which I also saw, which quite a bit better than this. If we're spoiler for my list, I don't know, like, what, who's this for, other than the McCarthy household's bank account? Terrifier, which is the new darling. People want Art the Clown as the new franchise carrier. Nope, not me. Gory movie. If you're a horror fan and you want to see some gore, there's that in this movie. But this movie. It angers me how much it goes against like typical slasher standards or horror standards. The isolation. Isolation's a big theme in horror slashers, and it kind of gets broken in this movie, and it took me out of it immediately. There's a scene in a pizza parlor where Art is toying with potential victims, and while he's doing so, the owner of the establishment realizes what's happening, and like, why not, you know, call the police? Like, there's always that, you know, the phone's dead, the car's dead, there's no way to get help. That's not the case here. Maybe I'm misremembering the scene, but I just remember the pizza parlor scene really taking me out of the movie, and I was never able to get back into it. The Bone Tomahawk-esque kill, the clit-to-tit shot, cool. That's an isolated gore edgelord thing to do in movies, but I'm ranking movies here based on other stuff. I don't know. It missed for me. The Art the Clown is neat. I'm not putting him on either adaptation of Pennywise level. Sorry. I'm not disparaging the actor or the portrayal or the character at all. There is something fucked up about him, but I need more than that. I realize how hypocritical it sounds coming from me with my love for Friday the 13th, but Next, The Commuter. Liam Neeson in a tube. This is the best Liam Neeson in a tube movie since Non-Stop. I love Liam Neeson movies. I love Liam Neeson action movies. I might officially be getting tired of them. Because what's that one from a couple of years? Run All Night. Nobody liked that. I really liked Run All Night. Because it was a bit of a different. He was a bit of a fuck up in that movie. This is it felt like I don't know. At times I felt like it was what's that movie, Jennifer Aniston and Clive Owen? Is it Derailed? I want to say it's Derailed. I think I wanted this to be that movie and it wasn't, and it just became like so far-fetched and silly. And for me to say that, and being a big-time Liam Neeson fan with his vehicles, pun intended, no more of this, please. Let's start with another list from Schindler, and then maybe get back to me on this. And then leave for about 3 different reasons. Most recently, the Limp Bizkit reference. Goodbye. What? we're at a point here where, and this is pretty early for if you've watched my lists in the past, this is pretty early for movies that aren't like offensively bad. They're just not great. And that's what I would say about